Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Guess what happened? In my latest travel to Thailand, I got held up again by the airport immigration officers. Stick around for the full story. Hi everyone, my name is Leia for those who are new here. I am now confident to show my glasses, my reading glasses. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I will share with you my experience, another crazy experience at the airport before flying out of my country, Philippines. And I will also show you at the end my experience in Bangkok. I talked about this in my previous video. Feel free to check out my experience of being offloaded and being held up and was being investigated at the airport. I got offloaded on my flight to Bali 2 years ago. Offloaded meaning they didn't let me go in the plane despite having the plane tickets and accommodation. And last December, I flew to Thailand. I got held up again and investigated thoroughly before flying. Thank goodness they let me fly. And there's the link above, and also I put the link below for you to check out my previous experience on how I got held up. So the airport officers who investigated me last December told me that the next flight will not have any problem as they will lift my offload record after a thorough questioning. The main thing the last time was showing them my source of income, my bank statements, and all online bank apps. I really had to open my bank apps and comparing it to the bank statements that I got for them to show to them that it's the latest bank statement and that the amount is more or less the same amount in my bank recently. That was the main concern the last time, as they need to know if I could afford to go out of the country without causing any problem to another country, which actually makes sense. I think they really didn't want any Filipina to end up begging in the streets in other countries, or worse, being a victim of human trafficking. So I expected this time that they won't question me anymore, because the airport officer who investigated me before told me that my offload record will be lifted up, that they will let me go to my flight smoothly the next time. But guess what? When it's my turn in the airport, after I gave my passport, the immigration officer looked at his computer and then looked at me and then looked at his computer again and looked at me, and I'm like, no, not again. Then he said, ma'am, you got offloaded before. I said, yes, and it's supposed to be lifted. The record is supposed to be lifted. The officer the last time told me I already flew out of the country last December, and she told me that it should be lifted the next time and that it should be okay. Then he said with a polite, apologetic face, ma'am, I am so sorry, but we need to lift it again. What do you mean you have to lift the record again? He said, we have to ask you a few questions, ma'am. You still have enough time, ma'am. Don't worry for your flight. We still have enough time. And what can I do, right? I gave a big sigh and said, oh, well, what can I do? So he told me to go to an office, and the lady there gave me a 3-page paper to fill out. This time I wasn't scared at all. I was confident that I would be able to fly out just like last December, although I did not bring my source of income photocopies, but I can show them my bank apps if they need for me to show them that I have enough money to go out of the country. And I think it should be fine. So I wasn't worried at all. The lady then asked me to sit in front of her and asked permission to record a conversation, and she asked me basic questions. She was actually very apologetic that I had to go through the same process again, and that hopefully next time my offload record will be lifted. She said it will take time for the offload record to be lifted, and I said, I'm okay with this as long as you guys would let me fly out. She said, there's no reason, ma'am, for us to hold you. Don't worry, this is only like following the process or protocol. And this time, she didn't ask me to open my bank apps, and she didn't ask me to show how much money I have in my bank accounts. It was all just basic questions of why I have to go to Thailand. And she also took copies of my return ticket and accommodation in Thailand. And she told me to go back to the first officer. And when I went back to the first officer, that officer apologized to me again, gave me my boarding pass, and told me to go. I was supposed to go back to the second officer to hand her my papers, but the first officer told me he will do it so I don't miss my flight. And I really, really appreciate that so much. So this time it was not really intimidating. It was not scary. It was just more like filling out the papers and asking the basic questions, and that's it. It was quick, not intimidating, and the two officers who was dealing with me were very, very nice and polite and very apologetic. That was really, really nice of them. So yeah, it was quick and not scary at all, but I was just so surprised that I had to go through that again. And I guess it will be the same in my next fly out, but I actually don't mind that as long as they will let me fly out of the Philippines. It's all good. I'm good. On my way back to Philippines, I met a Filipina on the same flight, and she asked me if I was being held up as she was also being held up at the airport. And she said it was very long for her and it was intimidating for her, and especially that the trip was sponsored by her American fiance. So she was asked a lot of questions and proofs. She was asked for pictures together and conversations to prove their relationships. And she was also asked if she owns a property. She was really scared. She thought she couldn't fly out. She couldn't fly to Thailand to meet her American fiance, but she made it, and we exchanged our experiences. I told her about mine, that it was not scary at all. It was more like basic questions because they held me up the last time, and the airport officer told me before that it shouldn't be a problem the next time I fly out. But yeah, it seems very common now for Filipinas to be questioned before they can fly out. So if you are planning to meet your Filipina out of the country, not in the Philippines, sorry to say this, but having a visa is not a guarantee. If she goes to a country that needs a visa, even if she has the visa already for that country, she needs to prove everything to the airport officer. So have her bring all the evidence, all the proofs of your relationship. That includes conversation, online conversation, and pictures together if you have visited to the Philippines with her and traveled with her. And if she has a job and properties to show, way much better. Because if the Filipina has a property, it's like it's like a proof of she's rooted, and she has to come back because she has a property, or she owns a property or a business in the country. Did you have, or do you know anyone with the same experience of being held up at the airport before she can fly out? Please share that below. I'm curious how many of us are having this experience. And I think I will be held up, I think, every time I fly out of the Philippines. But at least I know now, and I'm confident that as long as I can show them my source of income and my bank account, it's all going to be good, because in the end, it's actually good for us that they looked out for Filipinas to not be a victim or not gonna beg outside of the country. So I think that's the good thing about it. So thank you so much for watching, and let me show you a little bit of Bangkok, where I totally, totally enjoyed roaming around, shopping around, and experience the city and experience the vibe of being in Thailand. Thank you guys. Check out Bangkok, Thailand. to walk. So beautiful, that part. So beautiful. Hi. Oh, he's gonna come to me? No, he's gonna come to me. That's so beautiful. Guys, going there now. Nice. So I'm here in Benjakiti Park. Look at that, guys. It's so beautiful here. There's like a lot of flowers. That's all flowers in the circle. And the backdrop of these tall buildings is just making it so beautiful. So beautiful here, guys. Highly recommend to come here and take a look, at least, you know. Look at that! The clouds. Oh, the reflection of the clouds in the building. It's so nice. Wow. Oh.